Welcome to Jallianwala Bagh, a solemn reminder of one of the darkest days in Indian history. On April 13, 1919, British colonial forces under the command of Colonel Reginald Dyer opened fire on a peaceful gathering of unarmed civilians, who had gathered here in Jallianwala Bagh to protest against the oppressive policies of the British Raj. The people had gathered in this small park to celebrate Baisakhi, a spring harvest festival. Little did they know that the British had imposed a curfew, and that gathering in groups was prohibited. The gathering was peaceful, but General Dyer arrived with his troops and ordered them to open fire on the unarmed crowd. The firing continued for around 10 minutes, killing around 400 people and injuring many more. The tragic incident sent shockwaves throughout India and played a crucial role in the Indian independence movement. Today, Jallianwala Bagh stands as a memorial to the innocent lives lost on that fateful day. The park has been preserved as a national monument, with a gallery showcasing the history and significance of the incident. The Jallianwala Bagh Massacre is a reminder of the sacrifices made by our ancestors in the fight for independence. It is a place to reflect on the past and pay homage to those who lost their lives. Let us honor their memory and continue to strive for a better, more just future. The Jallianwala Bagh Massacre, which took place on April 13, 1919, was a tragic event that had deep roots in the complex political, social, and economic conditions of colonial India at the time. The causes of the massacre can be traced back to a number of factors. British colonialism. The massacre was a result of the oppressive policies of the British Raj, which included economic exploitation, political repression, and cultural imperialism. The Rowlatt Act. The Rowlatt Act was a repressive law passed by the British in 1919 that allowed them to imprison people without trial and to suppress political dissent. Indian nationalism. The massacre took place against the backdrop of a growing Indian nationalist movement, which was demanding independence from British rule. General Dyer's actions. General Reginald Dyer, the British commander who ordered the firing on the unarmed crowd, had a history of violence against Indian civilians and was known for his brutal tactics. The outcomes of the Jallianwala Bagh massacre were far-reaching and had a profound impact on India's struggle for independence. Some of the key outcomes were: public outrage. The massacre sparked widespread public outrage across India and led to protests and demonstrations against British rule. The non-cooperation movement. The incident played a crucial role in the non-cooperation movement launched by Mahatma Gandhi in 1920, which aimed to boycott British goods and institutions. International attention. The massacre drew international attention to the brutal nature of British colonial rule in India and led to increased pressure on the British government to grant India independence. Historical legacy. The massacre remains an important symbol of India's struggle for independence, and is remembered as a tragic event in the country's history. It serves as a reminder of the sacrifices made by those who fought for India's freedom and the need for justice and equality.